Hi there, it's Mike Farrell with aspenIbiz. It's New Year's Eve and I've just stepped out of my office up here in the mountains of Colorado to bring you this update. It's not as cold up here as it was last week during my Christmas Eve update. Then it was about 15 degrees and now it's about 32 degrees. And as you can see, with the snow in the background, we had a white Christmas. It's forecasted to snow later this evening, so I'm pretty sure that we'll have a white New Year's Eve as well. I'm going to cover two topics for you in today's update. As I said last week on Christmas Eve, I was going to synthesize some of the top 10 for 2010 list that I was reviewing and provide you my own top 10 list covering themes spread across several categories such as business, technology, and the global economy. I did not realize how difficult that was going to be. So here's what I'm going to do. I do have a top 10 list, and I'm going to provide that to you here in just a second. I'm also going to tweet on Twitter. Now that's a mouthful, isn't it? I'm going to tweet on Twitter over the next few days the top 10 lists that I reviewed, and then I'm going to pull all these tweets together into a post on my blog so that you can read them together all at one time and learn a little bit more about these trends. So here we go. First, the trend will be toward a more normal monetary policy in 2010. What that means is the time of 0% interest rates is over. Okay, for trend number 2, there is a growing uncertainty over the ability of governments to fund large deficits, meaning investors just don't want to buy the debt that's being issued by governments, and that's called sovereign debt. There is so much supply of that debt and so little demand that the price received by the government for this debt issued will be lower, and therefore the yield or the interest rates will have to be higher. That's another reason that interest rates at 0% are just not going to last that much longer. Now for my third trend. It's going to be a jobless recovery, and this is going to hurt. On a global basis, it's estimated that there will be 60 million more people unable to find work in 2010 than there were in 2009. Ouch. Here's a great book to read, Mobs, Messiahs, and Markets. You can find it on Amazon, and it's on the bookshelves at Barnes & Noble and Borders. Okay, now for my fourth tip. Green computing and energy efficiency will be the rage. Have you ever noticed the amount of heat that your laptop generates? Now just imagine large office buildings and huge data centers with all those computers. Computing has got to be more efficient energy-wise. Okay, now for trend number 5. Cloud computing will be the trend this coming year. What this essentially means is that the computing capability will be like a utility, and large companies and government agencies will subscribe to this capability like we subscribe to water, power, heating, and air conditioning. Okay, now for trend number 6. There will be a huge increase in mobile computing, telecommuting, and virtual meetings. Okay, for trend number 7, the upside-down economy and turmoil is creating entrepreneurial opportunities, as long as you can deal with a situation that is about as stable as lava flow. Okay, number 8, the demand is exploding for locally grown and made products, which means more support for mom and pop stores. Many know that they need to consume, but they also want to be socially conscious. Okay, for trend number 9, China will be central to every global issue in the coming year, from the economy to climate change to nuclear diplomacy. And now, drum roll for trend number 10. After 130 flights spanning 3 decades, the last space shuttle is scheduled to fly in 2010. In addition to a crew of 5 or 6 astronauts and pilots, a U.S. politician, a Saudi prince, a school teacher, several mothers of 3 children, and a 77-year-old man all hitched a ride on the space shuttle. Until Orion, which is the space shuttle replacement estimated to be ready in 2015, until that's ready, the U.S. has outsourced to Russia the transport of astronauts to the International Space Station. I don't know about you, but that just seems weird to me. However, I guess it's a sign of the times. Okay, and now for my second topic. I want to wish all my family, friends, associates, and colleagues, and those of you visiting my site and watching this video, I want to wish you all the best for a happy and prosperous new year. Don't forget, I'm going to tweet the full top 10 list that I use as my source, and these will be posted on my blog. And I trust you'll find it all very insightful. Until next time, I invite you to meet me on Facebook. You can follow me on my blog and Twitter. You can watch me on my YouTube channel and join me as I increase my financial literacy and pursue alternative wealth creating strategies. All the URLs have been provided on the screen. And in closing, as always, here's to your success. Now, the sun's setting and it is really getting chilly out here. So, Happy New Year, and oh, by the way, Happy New Decade.